Hello, hello. This is Paula here from beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. I came here for the wedding of a dear friend of mine, and so I want to tell you a story. I want to share something very powerful because we've been talking about this week on my mailers on the power of trusting that you are exactly where you need to be without forcing, without going into doing crazy energy, but really trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. So then you can move forward and receive your desires or create anything that you want in your life. So I want to give you a really powerful example for today because I feel like you will really understand. It's really hard to understand when you're practicing this energy of receiving, and when you're practicing this piece of being fully connected with your feminine, but also with your empowered woman, because your empowered woman is not just feminine. She has that energy, the masculine energy, and she creates that dance with the feminine and masculine, right? So what happened this morning is I arrived into the airport, Phoenix, and I was an hour earlier almost. And my friend was, she's on her way to pick me up. And so I knew that I was super early. So I called her up and I said, hey, I knew that I wanted to do one thing. And that one thing was to go to a dry bar and get my hair done and get ready for the wedding. So I didn't care about anything else. I was like super open, but I'm like, I want to do this. And this is a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a long time. So I was really excited to share time with her. So anyway, so what I do is I call her and I say, hey, do you want me to meet you halfway at the dry bar so you don't have to come all the way here? And then, but she's, whatever. It was mostly about I didn't want to bother her, right? And this is very much of my energy. She's like, I felt really grateful that she was offering her to pick me up, but I also didn't want to take a lot of her time because I know she's busy, right? And so what I did is, I called her and she says, no, just wait for me. I'm 25 minutes away. Just wait for me. I'll be there. And so I said, okay. And I trust, right? So that's the part where I generated an action. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to go to dry bar. I generated an action. I call her up. And then she says, no, wait for me. So I trusted. And I said, okay. So I waited for her. She arrived. And then it was so beautiful because she already had a surprise for me. She wanted to take me to this crystal store that she knows I would love. So we stayed there and it felt like we were in the middle of a vortex. We spent I think an hour and a half and we completely lost track of time, but it was all perfect. And then, we said, okay, so let's go to dry bar now. And then we saw a Whole Foods, a supermarket, and I wanted to get some stuff for me for the hotel. And so I said, hey, why don't we stop here and maybe also we can grab a bite to eat. And so we said, okay. So we browsed around the supermarket. There was no rush. There wasn't any rush, but it's still, I knew that I wanted to get the dry bar thing, right? I wanted to get my hair done and I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to do that. So anyway, we go into Whole Foods and we get the food that we want, and we got food to eat, and then we sit right outside the registers. There were tables inside. It's just really hot here. It's actually gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna give you a panoramic view of where I am. But anyway, so we were talking and we were catching up, and I tell her about what's going on with me. I told her about my mastermind retreat, and because it was inspired by a retreat that her and I participated in. We created all of us together, and so it was really beautiful. And I said, she couldn't wait to hear. So I told her everything about it. And then we were talking about, my mission and the empowered woman, and how my brand is now moving more into that empowered woman. And we talked about the divine masculine. We talked about, Rob and I stepping into a new level within our feminine and our masculine and our divinity together. It was just really beautiful. And she was talking about her husband, and it was just really powerful energy that we were moving around. And all of a sudden I see her turning to the right, and to her left, to my right, and she's like, she stands there, and I felt this energy coming from here, from the right. So I look that way and I see Reverend Beckwith. Now And if you don't know who he is, he created Agape in Los Angeles, and he's an amazing, amazing spiritual teacher. I mean, if I could just say that, I mean, he's way more than that, but you can Google him, and he's just amazing, and listen to his lectures and the work that he's actually in Scottsdale doing, receiving awards for all the films that he did. He was in the movie The Secret. Anyway, it's this really magical man, and the fun part of it is that we were totally in it, in the energy, and he just was coming our way, and I turned around and I was like acting surprised, and we ended up taking a photo, and we ended up talking, and it was just really my energy. I know you can feel it. I am like vibrating so high. And then after all of that, then we go to Dry Bar. And we got our hair done, and it was all fun, and we were laughing with the women that were doing our hair, and we got treated so nicely. And long story short, what I want to share with you, which I think is really powerful that we forget, is this dance that happens. For example, I had in mind that I wanted to go to the Dry Bar. I knew that I wanted to go to the Dry Bar, yet I didn't push. I was allowing what was present. So my friend had this surprise, and then there's Whole Foods, and then there's this, and look at the magic that happens and the miracles that can be created when you're in that state of openness, of receiving, of pure joy, and embracing where you are instead of fighting or resisting where you are. When I had the mastermind, the retreat in Mexico that we just came back, it was the same thing, the whole retreat. And I mentioned this on a previous video, but I feel like it's something that all of us need to practice, because it's not about not doing. It's not about staying. I didn't just sit back in the car and didn't do anything. No, I was participating. Hey, why don't we go to Whole Foods, get some goodies? Why don't we do this? Like, it was the synchronicity. It was the dance. Do you see, like, it's the infinity symbol, the energy of giving and receiving. And it was so in the flow. And then you open yourself up to unexpected things to happen. That could be unexpected people in your life, unexpected income, unexpected surprises from loved ones, unexpected visits. It's so fun and so beautiful. So I want to encourage you this week. I want you to leave me a comment on the video below, and I want you to tell me, what are you going to do to be in this energy, and how is this video helping you? And if you have any questions, please post them. I'll be looking out for it to answer them. This is so powerful, and I want every woman to feel that. And I don't always do this. This is not something that I say, oh, you graduated from this. Every time we move into a next level, or every time we try something new, we have to practice. So I want to invite you this week to practice exactly this energy of receiving, and see what it feels for you. Okay? So I look forward to hearing from you. Let me give you this gorgeous view of where I am. I think I'm gonna do this. Look at this. Oh my goodness, tell me if that's not dreamy. So I'm gonna be here for a couple more days and then go back to New York. I'm sending you so much love. If you want support around any of this, please contact me. Send me an email to paula.lacobara@gmail.com, paula.lacobara@gmail.com, or send me a message below, and we can schedule an appointment to get together and see where you're stuck in this piece of receiving and how you can move forward, because I'm telling you, life is full of surprises, and it's about time that you get to experience life in this way. So much love. I'll see you soon. Bye.